Hey everybody, it's Peter here with GoodyReader.com. We're going to be reviewing the Surface Pro 3 today. This is the Pro version, not the RT version. It's also the third generation of Microsoft Surface devices. Looking at it head on, it's very reflective. An anti-glare screen protector will solve that if you don't like the mirror finish on the outside. You have speakers here, left and right, Windows button, flush screen and bezel, camera, light sensor, and microphone. I'm going to move it over on the side now. You see we have a mini display port, a USB full, and a charger port. This is where you plug in the proprietary charger. Looking on the top, it's clean with the fan vents all the way to the power button. On the other side, you have 3.5mm headphone jack, volume up and down, clean on this side as well. I'll explain this groove in a second. On the bottom, you have the optional attachment for a keyboard. You just attach it like so. It's magnetic, so it snaps right into place. Keyboard also acts as a cover for the most part. On the back, you have a very nice look to it. It's this matte aluminum feel. It's very nice. Camera, light sensor, LED and microphone. And then you also have this stand here. So you can see how this works with this mechanism. It's got two rubber kind of stoppers on each side to give you a little bit of resistance, and this thing can stand up on its own, so that really makes it advantageous above a lot of other tablets that don't have that feature. So let's go ahead, optimize the camera, and dive into the software side of things. This thing is a tablet, but it's also like a laptop in the sense that it is running full Windows. So what that means is you have your traditional desktop experience like this. You can open up programs, check your folders. You pretty much have full functionality over what you would do on your PC or laptop or Ultrabook at home. So there really are no limitations because this does market itself as a laptop, and especially because you can buy keyboards that have tactile feeling to it or flat keyboards that feel like you're just tapping on a hard surface. But either way, this is what you're looking at for the desktop mode. If you press the Windows button, you go to the Metro interface, and this is more tablet-esque because you have things like little apps you can grab like that. You have apps you can open, you have the little store you can go to, so you do get that even mix of tablet-oriented apps, or you can go ahead and, I mean, you can run Jetpack Joyride on this end, and then you go and do all your work and everything on this end. We're going to look at a couple key elements today. We're going to look at books, PDFs, videos, and just the overall experience with the Metro store, the Windows Store, because we're not going to include gaming in this review because this is a PC. If you think of what you can do on a PC, StarCraft, I don't know, World of Warcraft, LOL, I mean, you can do that on this because you can install full PC games on here. So I recommend getting Power ISO because this will actually run image files because this does not have a CD drive. So if you do have CDs and games you want to play at home that you want to load on here, you might need a virtual drive. So let's start off with looking at a Kindle book because this is what we're all about here, is e-reading. So we opened up Kindle because this doesn't have any default way to open up ebooks like Mobi PDF, AZW, EPUB, and so forth. So this is the reading experience. You can see it's not as engaging as a book or even an e-reader. It's just very, here's the text, read it, get it over with, press the next page, and away you go. Michael did an interesting story on people who read electronically on e-readers and tablets actually don't retain as much of the book as they do with a physical book. It has to do with turning the pages and all that. So you have stuff like highlights, notes, annotations. You can make come on, there you go. You can make highlights, and you have a lot more options here because it is a full tablet that things will react a lot quicker. And for example, like an e-reader will be a little bit dumbed down. They're not going to have as good sharing capabilities and in connectivity capabilities as, of course, a PC would. So you're going to get a lot more options, but I mean, you're staring at a screen essentially, and you can't tell, but this is refreshing anywhere from 30 to 60 times a second, and it's flickering, but you can't really tell that with the naked eye. But I mean, this is the reading experience. It's kind of detached, but it is nice because you do have this very large screen, and I think you can even, yeah, you can full screen that too. You have ways to change the text. It all changes live, of course, because this thing is pretty dang fast. You have words per line. Brightness control. We have the brightness set all the way up with the app and the device itself. You have reading mode. This makes it a little bit easier to read at night. So this is the overall Kindle reading experience. Next thing we're going to look at is a PDF. We have our go-to Dungeons & Dragons Monsters Manual. The reason we use this is because it has an even mix of pictures and text and different shades of everything. So once again, because this is, okay, get that out of there. Because this is a PC, it's a personal computer first and foremost, you're not going to have a lot of things optimized and immediately catered to you. You have to change it to kind of make it look the way you want it to look. For example, it kind of started off like that with these, just this really small thumbnail sized images. So you have to kind of pinch and zoom it to get to where you want. But I mean, once again, you have the capability and the functionality to do all that anytime you wish. And you can highlight things and copy and paste. This is Adobe Reader. This was a default program on here. So we have many things you can do, like notes and add sticky notes. You can type stuff by plugging in the keyboard, or you can bring up the, sorry, I hit the camera. You can bring up the virtual keyboard, of course. You can make little text notes. You can resize things, highlights, save, make notes, and share them and overwrite the stock file to share with everyone, so you can draw on it and stuff like that. This is it is definitely a PC. I mean, look at all these options you have. Things you would never find on tablets. Most of the things under file and all these, you'd never see these on just tablets that are like Android based or even iOS. You don't have this functionality. You can't go to properties and look at things in depth as you do on a PC. So the overall PDF experience is not too bad. Once again, you have to really make sure it's to your liking by pinching and zooming and really getting into that level. So no, we're not going to save any changes. Next thing we're going to look at is the video experience.
What are you going to do? Reload. Welcome to the 21st century. I can do that. Want to slip on a dress and give it a shot? This is it? This is your team? Short notice. Yeah, very short.
So the video experience is very solid. It's very loud. The speakers do a very good job of getting the sound directly to you from the front-facing speakers rather than them being on the side or even the back. So I really like how they place them right here. Gives you the full experience because you get the video and the audio. The screen is very reflective, as you can see, so it does pose a little bit of a problem when you're trying to find that good angle to even watch it, because right now it's reflecting pretty much everything into our camera and just the structure of where our mic is and everything. So that aside, like I said before at the start of the video, you can put a anti-glare screen protector on it that does cut a lot of the glare. Last thing we want to look at before we wrap this up is the store, because this is where you're going to be getting all your apps. If you choose to avoid the desktop mode, you can get everything here. So one of our go-to apps is Jetpack Joyride, so we're just going to show you how you go about getting that. So it is right here. You can see that this will be the standalone app. It won't be the PC version that you'll have to install under program files and search your file folders to double-click setup and start it and everything. This is just simple install, and it directly installs to your tablet, your Metro interface. It'll be right here. So you'll have a little square that you can move around and reorganize everything like so. So this is more of the tablet feel as we told you earlier. Now we will be doing other reviews on this device, such as gaming reviews and so much more, comparisons against the iPad, possibly even the Kobo Arc 10 HD to give you more of an Android feel. But this is the Surface essentially. It is, just think of it as a PC laptop first and foremost. There you go, it's installed. And everything else comes secondary, because this is trying to be, especially the Pro version, because this is the full computer. Like, we even had to go to YouTube via Internet Explorer to watch a video, because there's no pre-installed video app. Everything would be through here, so you'd have to go to the store and download some sort of video player, be it Netflix or whatever. So this has been the Surface Pro 3 review. If you guys have any questions, if we flew over anything, if you want us to explore something else that we failed to mention, please give us a comment. We take requests as well, so if we get enough requests, people say, hey, play StarCraft 2 on this, or whatever it may be, we will try to accommodate that request. And for GoodReader.com, this is Peter. Everybody have a great day. Have the box, we'll put it in the box, we'll give you the charger, we'll give you the USB cable, give you the manual, give you the retail packaging, and we'll send it right to you for free. What do you gotta do? Same thing as usual. You gotta watch our video, you gotta like our video, you gotta subscribe to our channel, and you gotta leave a comment. You have to leave a comment because it's just a nice thing to do, okay? You can't just expect to watch our video and we just kind of hand it to you. You gotta at least participate. You gotta say, hey, you know, thanks everybody, thanks Goody Reader, you're the best ever, you know, like what most people do. And, you know,